Hello friends and family, brothers and sisters on YouTube world. We're here in Victorville. Is this Victorville?
Yeah, this is Victorville.
We're in Victorville,
well,
Hesperia.
This is Hesperia, that side's Victorville.
Okay, and we have another interview with, this time with Brennan.
Brennan Costello.
Brennan Costello. Hello, how you doing, Brennan?
Pretty good, how you doing?
Good. My name is Juan. Your name is Brennan. How long, Brennan, have you been homeless?
For 7 years.
7 years?
Yep.
And where are you from originally?
I'm from Phelan, which is about 10 miles to the west, out there in the hills, in the dirt area.
Okay.
Right by the mountains.
Can you say your name again?
Brendan Costello.
Okay, you were telling me that you used to ride bikes? Or
Yeah, I used to ride freestyle motocross.
Freestyle motocross?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. How was your childhood?
It was good. I have no complaints. My dad raised me by himself. He gave his whole life up to raise me, and he did everything for me. And blessed to have a father like that. You know, my mom wasn't there so much as my dad, but my dad made up for that most definitely. So.
And then I think you said your dad passed, right?
Yeah, my dad passed away. Yeah.
Okay.
Just in 2002, he passed away.
Sorry.
Of old age, you know, it happens. He lived a long life, you know, so can't complain about that. We got a lot of good moments shared, and you know.
Did he really back you up?
Oh yeah, tremendously. If it wasn't for him, I would have never been able to do half the stuff I've done in my life. You know, he always supported me in everything I did. And, it was a big part of me being able to do the things I did do. So, yeah, it's definitely a blessing to have him.
You know, Brennan, my channel, our channel, is about homelessness, addiction, and mental health, which I was all three. You know what I mean? And I just thank God that I'm not homeless, I'm not addicted. I've been clean and sober 12 years now. I used to slam meth and heroin, and I've been clean and sober 12 years now. And so, what are other things that you might be struggling with?
Just one of my biggest things right now is depression. It's just loneliness, not having any family, anybody to help me. You know, it's out here gets pretty dark sometimes, as far as not having anybody to turn to for help. You know, and you go out and ask people for help, and they just look at you like you're pretty much just a piece of shit. You know, and anytime you walk into a store, people look at you like you're a piece of trash, that you're just going in there to steal, and you're simply just going in there to use the bathroom and wash your hands a little bit. You know, and people turn you away from that, and it really gets really hard sometimes, you know, and they make it almost impossible for us to actually be the person we want to be. They turn us into pretty hateful people towards a lot of the workers and stuff like that, just because the way they want to treat us, you know. And we're no different than anybody else, you know. We just aren't as lucky as a lot of people, you know. People don't realize how lucky they are today until they don't have what they've had. When it's gone, then they realize what they've had, you know. So.
It's like other people that I've interviewed before you, I tell them, you're not bad people. You're just in a bad situation.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because I've been there, done that. I was homeless too. So I know what you're saying, and I know that feeling. When you walk in, they give you dirty looks, and they follow you and act like you're going to steal something. Another question I have is, so do you like when maybe a stranger smiles at you or initiates conversation with you?
Oh yeah, I mean most definitely. You know, being out here, you know, and don't have many people to turn to and talk to. Just like one day I was standing on a corner, and a mother and her daughter came up and gave me some money, and she got out of the car and gave me a big old hug, and that really hit me in the spot that you just you don't get that love out here, you know.
Right.
So
that feels good, right? Like you feel human.
It makes you feel like you're still loved, you know.
That you're somebody, and you are somebody, Brennan. You know what I mean?
No, I know that 100%. You know, it's just people out here have people are evil, very evil, and the way they treat you is just it's incredible. You know, I mean, hopefully this gets a lot of people to open up and realize if you see a homeless person, don't be afraid to stop and help them, because they're not bad people.
Right.
You know?
you're just in a bad situation. You guys are not bad people at all, and I know that for a fact. You know, spending time with you guys. Do you think that it's bad? It's like it's dangerous out here for homeless people.
Most definitely. There's people that go around and been a guy recently that goes around and been lighting people on fire that are sleeping. You know.
Here in Victorville.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So he's just lighting people on fire.
Yeah, he's just walking up, dumping gas on them, lighting them on fire as they're asleep. You know, they ain't doing nothing wrong with sitting there sleeping. You know, on the sidewalk.
Here in Victorville.
Yep.
Dang, that's messed up, man.
Yep.
They haven't caught him?
No, they haven't caught him yet, no.
How many times has he done that?
I don't know exactly. I just heard they were looking for a guy the other day going around, and that's what they're looking for, is a gentleman who's going around lighting homeless people on fire. So I don't know much more than that, but
man, that's crazy. Okay, so if it's dangerous for men, how much dangerous do you think it is for a woman to be homeless?
Oh man, there's a lot of girls out here that are by themselves, and it's incredibly dangerous. They get put in situations all the time, you know, especially when they're out there asking people for help. You know, a lot of people take extreme advantage of them, you know, and it's sad. It's really sad what you see out here, and when you can't do anything about it, it's heart-wrenching. It really is. You know, people need to open up and really open up and help people out more. You know, it's don't be afraid to help somebody. You know,
or talk to them.
Or even talk to them. You know, simple conversation is priceless. You know, a hug even. You know, you don't have to always give somebody money. You know, it's just let them know they're still human. You know, because a lot of people don't have anybody. They don't have anybody to talk to or nothing, and they've been hurt and torn apart so many times from so many different people. They're scared to even talk to anybody. You know, and it's really not fair to them that, you know, they don't have anybody, because it's not their fault. You know.
You know, since I've been doing these interviews, Brennan, I've noticed, and doing my research and just talking with you guys, that the number one problem with people with addiction and homelessness and mental health is trauma, unresolved trauma. Would you agree? Would that be a fair assessment?
Most definitely. People, you know, they use the drugs and stuff to be able to cope in everyday life because they have no other coping skills, and they don't have any other alternative to turn to get that help. You know, and if they had that, a lot of people would rather go to a sober living program than be out here using drugs. But you just don't get that as easy as an opportunity is to find the drugs. You know, per se. It really drugs just numb your body, your soul from everything, you know.
So is the fentanyl pretty bad out here too?
Oh, it's bad everywhere.
The blues?
Everywhere. It's not just here. Throughout the whole world, pretty much. As far as I've noticed, it's bad. But that's just everybody that's can't cope and doesn't know how to cope with their mental issues, and not only that, but their physical pain, that they can't get the right pain medication they need anymore and stuff like that. And it's just the easy alternative, really easy. It's, you know, so yeah, it's really become a big crisis, that's for sure. But it seems like they could do some more to help, you know. But I'm more worried about the other bullshit going on. So.
Sending billions to Iraq, or they're sending billions and billions to Israel and Ukraine instead of dealing with the homeless and mental health and addiction crisis here in our backyard.
They just want to take us all and put us in a spot and keep us corralled up there, you know. And that's basically what they're trying to do. They got an outreach center out there in downtown Victorville that they just put up not too long ago, and you can only be there at 7 o'clock. You can't go any later. And if you show up and you're not there one night, they kick you out completely. You know, it's just basically all by their rules. You know, and it's like, you know, everybody I know that's gone there ends up leaving because it's just not comfortable for them. You know, so yeah.
Are you dealing with any addiction? Struggling with any addiction?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, every single person out here is addicted to fentanyl, pretty much. And if they're not addicted to fentanyl, they're using some type of narcotic. It's just, well, this is just the way it is, you know. You can't live out here on the streets and be sober. It just don't work that way, you know. Just to deal with everyday life out here, you have to be able to cope somehow, and that's how we cope, because we don't have anything else, you know.
Do you guys look out for each other out here for the most part, or?
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that also people amongst us steal from each other, and that's one thing that's a big problem out here. And it's that's heart wrenching too. You know, your best friend that you think that's sitting right next to you, as soon as you turn your back, they're stealing from you. You know, and it's pretty. You just can't trust nobody really.
So do you like probably, because right now when I saw you, you were walking by yourself. Do you just hang out by yourself, or?
I got a couple friends that I hang out with, but for the most part, I just stick to myself, because it's just, you know, I already got enough problems as it is, and it seems like people just bring more problems to you, you know. So I just kind of just be by myself, you know. It's better off that way.
So you used to be a professional biker, right?
No, I mean, I'm a dirt bike rider. I used to race
Freestyle?
like the X Games and stuff. Yeah, stuff
Nice.
like that. Yep.
What was the most highest prestige award you won?
Yeah, Phoenix, Arizona, they always held a freestyle competition there, and I got second place in that.
Oh, nice.
And then that led to me doing the monster truck shows, which it was just basically during the show, the halftime part of it. You go out there and put on a little competition, a little show and stuff, and we ended up doing that. Me and my dad got a motorhome and some ramps and traveled the United States for about 15 years doing it.
Nice.
So that was real cool, you know. Me and I got to spend a lot of time together, and he was my best friend, you know.
So you had sponsors and everything?
Oh yeah, all that. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it's fun.
Nice.
There's a lot, you know, a lot of people out here don't. This is one thing that really, there's a lot of young kids out here, kids 18, 19, never even get a chance to live their life. This is all they get to know, you know, and it's sad, because you know, I'm 40 years old now, and I wasn't homeless until about 7 years ago, so I've already lived my life as far as I'm concerned. I got to live my dreams, and I've done a lot of things, you know. So for me, it's not as hard as it is for a lot of kids that I see. It really they need to put a lot more focus into these younger kids and help them out more, get them off these streets, and give them a chance at life, you know. And it's
some type of hope.
They don't have nothing at all. I can only imagine being out here as a kid. You know, I've been out here my whole life, you know, and thankfully that wasn't me, you know. But there's kids I see every single day out here. They just end up dead, you know, and people just look at them like, oh, just another homeless person dead. Oh well, you know. And it's sad, because they're fucking great people, some of them, you know. And it's one thing I can say about being homeless. I met some of the best people and some of the worst people, and it's just. They're just like anybody else that walks in the world every day. You know, they're no different than your neighbor, person you're driving past. You know, they've had a different path and not been so lucky. But you know, the people that you do walk past every day, they just hide what they do. You know, and the homeless people don't really have a way to hide it, because we're out in the open and nobody gives us our privacy. You know, and everything we get, it gets taken away from us. You know, so
it seems like
nobody's fault but the government and the county and everybody, you know. So that's not our fault. They take it away from us, you know.
So it seems like, talking with a lot of the homeless now, that the government and individual states are making it harder. It's like they made you guys homeless, and then now they're making it illegal to be homeless.
Yeah, it's they could do. California is one of the hardest states to be homeless in. I haven't really looked into it too much, but there's a lot of other states that they don't even have homeless people there. They put up, there you see a homeless person, they're put in housing right away. They get taken care of, and they get a check for their disabilities and stuff like that. And it's like, what's the difference between California and the United States? Every single state should be treated the same. You know, it's not each individual state has their own programs for their homeless. It should be all together in one, so everybody gets treated fairly, you know.
Right.
But unfortunately, I don't get to make any choices, and but hopefully something happens here soon, and somebody that can make a difference steps up and sees this and does make a difference. Because there's a lot of good people out here, you know. Just because you see a couple bad people, or you know, people stealing, The only reason we steal is because we have no other alternative. We ask people for help all day long. And, you know, if we don't get that help, you know, we gotta eat, we gotta keep ourselves clothed, you know, and if we had that, we wouldn't have to steal. We wouldn't have to do the bad things that they put us in the perspective to do, you know. We're put in a category where we have no choice. They make us do it, you know. And, you know, all you can do is ask so many times for help and be told so many times no, and you know, you got to do what you got to do, you know. And there's a lot of people that are a lot more heartless than I am, and they'll go steal from anybody, you know. And I'm glad I'm not like that. But I'll only steal from stores and stuff if I have to, you know. I can never steal from another person, you know, because it's just not right. But some people I hear, they just don't care, you know. They don't give a shit. They can do what it takes, and that's that, you know. They'd kill a person to eat at night if they had to, you know. And so everybody's different, you know. But I blame that on the way people made them become, you know. Honestly.
Okay. Do you have any last words that you would like to say before this will be done?
Just if you see a homeless person, don't be afraid to give them some help. And we're the same as everybody else, you know. It's sit down and ask them their background, their stories, and you'd be surprised what some of these people will shock you with. You will be, you know. And yeah, just take the time sometime to offer them a meal, you know. Even a lot of us starve out here, you know, and some of us are a lot more fortunate than others, but there's a lot more people that are a lot worse off than I am. And like I said, just if you get a chance to help somebody that you see homeless, help them, because they'll appreciate it more than you ever know.
If somebody wants to reach out to you, how can they contact you?
And I really don't have any way. I don't have any contact information right now. Maybe if they could, I could leave you with something, and if they could contact you, let you know, or something like that.
You don't have an email or Facebook?
No, not anything up to date. No, I just kind of.
You have a phone number?
I don't even have that at the time. No, I don't even have.
So let's say somebody does contact me, who wants to help you. How could I contact you?
I'll get somebody's number that I can give you before you leave.
Okay.
Or if Jesse gave you a number or something like
Jesse,
that.
yeah, Jesse does.
Get a hold of her and see if she'd let me know.
Okay. Thank you so much, Brennan. I appreciate you. Thank you for your time and for letting us into your world of homelessness. And we hope and pray that this will bring awareness to other people in your situation.
Well, I want to thank you too for taking the time to do this, because there's not anybody else out here that is willing to take the time to do this, and that means a lot to me too. So thank you.
Thank you, Brennan. I appreciate you. We wish you the best.
Thank you.